Hey guys, CRAZYJACK here, and welcome to the second episode of my Let's Talk Call of Duty Ghost series. In the last episode, I talked about the COD Ghost storyline based on the information which is currently available to me, then asked you guys at the end of the video whether or not you liked the decision Infinity Ward made to move on from the Modern Warfare series, or if you guys reckon that they should have kept with it and made Modern Warfare 4. In today's episode, I'll be talking about the player customization features which are meant to be implemented into the next Call of Duty. Anyways, before I can actually start talking about the player customization options which will be available to us on Call of Duty Ghost, I must firstly talk about the ones that are currently available to us on all the other COD platforms. So firstly, with regards to which COD introduced the feature first, most players would say that the first COD to introduce it was actually Black Ops, due to how the game allowed players to customize their own emblems as well as their own creative titles and even the face paint which was on them. However, it can also be said that Modern Warfare 2 was the one to introduce it, since they were the ones who brought in the titles and emblems first. Personally, I think Black Ops was the first to introduce the whole player customization features which are now on most of the cards, mainly due to how, whilst it can be said that Modern Warfare 2 were the first to introduce it, they only allowed us to pick pre-made titles / emblems for the players to choose, whilst in Black Ops we were allowed to make our own custom personalized emblems which made us unique compared to the other player playing on a server. So that's why I reckon Black Ops were the first to do it. Anyway, moving on from Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, Infinity Ward still didn't make the decision to bring in the feature in Modern Warfare 3, which allows players to make their own personal emblems like they can in Black Ops 1 and 2. I don't know why they did that, but they still allowed players to make pre-made titles / emblems for the players to choose from. And with regards to Black Ops 2, they dropped the whole face paint idea. It didn't really work well. I didn't really like it, but they still allow players to make their own personal emblems as well as make their own choose titles for themselves, which I reckon is pretty cool. Right, now that I've quickly skimmed over the history of player customization in the Call of Duty series so far, I can now move on to the features which are meant to be brought into Call of Duty Ghost. Whilst the developers of COD have kept this a sort of low profile, they have introduced some of them slightly. They've basically said during the Xbox One conference that players can now change the facial and body features that their player has, so including such as helmet, goggles, body armor. On paper this sounds really good and is a massive step up for Infinity Ward, since they've never actually done anything like this before. They've normally stuck to the idea of just making pre-made titles and emblems for the players to choose from. But now introducing this is a whole new step, and hopefully they'll be able to gain a big market from this. However, I'm pretty certain that they will not take full advantage of this opportunity, which if they did, could potentially give Call of Duty a good image again, which has been tarnished over the years due to how people think the game's got crap and it's got the same over and over again. What I mean by this is how, whilst they're bringing in features which don't affect how the player's performance is affected, they also have room for features which do affect the player's performance. In order for you to understand what I mean by this, I have to show you the player customized features for another game which is currently done what Call of Duty Ghost plans to do. So in a few moments I'm going to move away from the video which is currently up and onto the main menu for the game, which currently introduces the player customizations which COD plans to do very well. So hey guys, there's the skip I was talking about then, and right now, as you can see, I'm on the main menu for SOCOM Confrontation. If you haven't played this game, I highly recommend it. Anyway, this game currently implements the player customization features which are planned to be in the next Call of Duty. However, as well as including most / all of the features which Call of Duty plans to have with regards to the player customization, i.e. in the case of having player customization features which don't affect the player's performance / playstyle, e.g. helmets, goggles, and etc. Whilst it does that, it also has, SOCOM also has customization features which do affect the player's performance. And there's the point. It's those features which I really want to be in Call of Duty, but I know will not be in it. I personally reckon if Call of Duty actually did introduce the player customization features which do affect the player's performance, it would result in giving Call of Duty a good image once again, which, as most of you probably know right now, the image has been tarnished and ruined over the years due to how the company, the developers, Treyarch and Infinity Ward, aren't really introducing anything new to the Call of Duty experience. Right, so enough about that. I'm actually going to show you now the features which the game includes. So as you can see, in the main menu, you get to create two characters, one as a commando, which if it was brought into Call of Duty, it could easily be just titled as either like your US Navy SEAL or SAS guy, whilst your mercenary is going to be your bad guy, and like he could be the guy you customize for the terrorist organization. So, you know, just being able to customize two people would just be good enough, I reckon. So moving on, you can see on this menu, you can see what main and side armor he has on him, as well as some of the equipment and body armor he has. Watch the bottom right, the character mobility is going to be important for this. So the features I reckon Call of Duty are going to introduce into the game are mainly ones that don't affect the player's performance in any way. They're just simply there just to make you more unique and creative to the guy playing next to you. So some of these features would include what face you want based on what ethnic you are. You can choose what head features you want on your guy. This include facial hair, scars, face paint, and even voice. They have even more features. These include hats, helmets, tactical goggles, microphones, and balaclavas. Also, another non-performance affected customization is that you can choose the color of your camo. And see, in this game, you choose color of the camo based on what map type it is. So there's 3 map types on this game. There's night for night operations, desert for desert encounters, and an urban for like city street fights. So if they did that in Call of Duty, I reckon that'd be really cool. So you could just choose whatever you want. Just quickly show you can do it for all your equipment styles. So you could do it for your shirt, pants, armor, and mask, and balaclavas, etc. So just that I listed some of the non-player performance affected features which I know Call of Duty is going to introduce, which I'm hoping they better do it. But the features I want them to introduce, I know they're not going to do, are going to be as follow. These features include what body type armor you have. So as you can see, you can either have light, medium, and heavy on this game. And obviously, the heavier your army is, the more slower your guy moves, but the more health you have. So you can choose what chest and leg armor you want. So if you have maximum heavy armor, you're very slow. If you have lightest armor, you're very fast, which could be crucial, and it could affect your playstyle and how you approach objectives to game. Another really cool feature which is currently implemented in SOCOM Confrontation at the moment would be how your clans can get specific clothing and colouring which you can only get if you're part of a certain region. For example, if I'm from the UK, I'll be part of the SAS Special Forces, which means I can unlock the SAS clothing which you can only get if you're part of that region. So I can get British green and SAS clothing, which if you're part of that clan, you would always, all your clan would wear that particular colour ammo for whatever bit of customization item your clan leader chooses it to be on. So your clan leader could choose you to all have SAS camo helmets. As well as that, SOCOM goes even further with regards to clan-specific customization. For example, now that I've picked the SAS, I've unlocked the SAS hats, for example, so I can get the SAS tactical helmet, which I can only get if I'm part of the SAS clan. As well as that, I can also unlock a SAS face bandana and a SAS beret. Finally, this is like an additional customized feature which goes along performance affected, but it doesn't really do much. It just changes the appearance of the camo. But as you can see, now that I'm part of the SAS clan, Special Forces, I've unlocked the SAS armor type, so I can get SAS light armor, which doesn't do any, it has no stats difference to the commander, which is like the standard, but it just looks different and makes you more unique to the standard soldier who isn't in a clan. So I reckon Call of Duty could introduce these features so easily, but I reckon they will not. This is due to them knowing that they're currently in the multiplier effects, and they just know that regardless of what they do and how hard they try, they know we're going to buy their game, which worries me because the likes of Battlefield 4 and Medal of Honor are catching up, and if they don't watch themselves, they're going to eventually not be the top game in the world, / top game in the FPS genre. And I know some of you are thinking right now, they may not like the idea of people being able to have extra health and stuff, but they can introduce this so easily in an easier way. Example, instead of having extra health, you can have extra ammo. And also, it can work alongside what perks you can get, particularly with the Specialist Kill Streak, which it was introduced in Modern Warfare 3. For example, if someone wore, say, maximum armor, maximum full heavy armor, they should be able to get an improved perk such as Scavenger, but they shouldn't be able to get other perks such as Quick Draw, Lightweight, or Extreme Conditioning. And vice versa, if someone wore the lightest armor, they should be able to get an improved lightweight or quick draw, but they shouldn't be able to get scavenger / flat jacket. As well as the body armor they can wear, what type of gun they have affects their mobility as well. So for example, if you have a light machine gun, it increases how much weight your guy holds. I know they slightly done this in Call of Duty, but they haven't really said it. I have noticed that if you have like an LMG, you run slightly slower than the person who has an SMG, but there's not much of a difference. I reckon they need to really change that. So people with SMGs and LMGs can just run as fast as anyone else. This weight also goes alongside with sidearms, what sidearm you use, and what equipment you use as well. So if you have a bazooka, you carry lots of weight. Whilst if you have like a smoke bomb or a grenade, then you don't have as much weight. And you can choose to have none. So that's the thing. That's why I reckon it'd be good, because you can just introduce features which players have to choose whether they have that equipment or extra ammo for weight and mobility. I reckon that'd be really good if they introduce it, but I know they will not introduce it, unfortunately. So hey guys, just then you saw me outline some of my recommendations / suggestions with regards to what player customization features should be introduced into the next Call of Duty game, based on player customization features which have been implemented into recent games. In particular, features which are currently in SOCOM Confrontation, since I've noticed that this game has the widest / best range of player customization options, as I showed you just then. Also, the player customization feature which I just showed you on SOCOM are the ones you can most likely expect to be in the next Call of Duty game. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode / rant on my Let's Talk Call of Duty Go series. I want to know your own personal opinion about this topic. Do you like my idea of how you can get improved / only get certain perks based on what armor type you have in-game, and the idea of how what gun type / equipment you use affects your mobility in-game based on the amount of weight it possesses? Or do you reckon they should keep it as it currently is? Leave in the comment section below your own personal thoughts about this matter. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name's been CRAZYJACK, and I'll see you next time.